Three.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein and Brad Quast right here on 97.3 ESPN. What a week it was, Brad Quast.
Good morning, Billy.
How you doing, brother?
Good. Excellent day. Excellent.
Right,
Excellent.
Good to hear that.
Good.
And we're ready to go for another weekend of sports and great sports talk. We have a lot of fun each and every Saturday and Sunday here in the locker room. Josh Henning on the other side pushing the buttons. What's up, Josh?
Morning, gentlemen.
All right.
Josh?
So, man, what, like, it's so funny how everybody leading up to the NBA playoffs, or especially in Philadelphia, everybody was so worried and concerned about the Sixers and can they turn it on and turn it off. You said they could.
What did I tell you?
You said they could, and they have.
They have.
But let me ask you this, Brad Quast.
Yes.
Is it because are the Sixers? Are they that good? Or because in I think it was game 2, they lost 2 of the Raptors had 3 starters that were pretty much non-existent, right?
Yeah, they're that good.
The Sixers are that good.
Yeah, the core players, Embiid and Harding.
They win game 3 in overtime on a last-second shot.
They're that good.
All right, they're that good.
They're that good. The individual effort is
so the roller coaster that we're riding now. I want to stay consistent because you know how I'm always rah-rah.
You think you're up and down a little bit,
down.
Josh? You think he's up and down a little bit?
But wait a second.
But
wait a second.
Yeah.
But it's not just me. It's this whole area. Like when the Sixers are winning, everybody's like right there going hard. And then when they're losing, Doc Rivers stinks. This guy stinks. Harden's not playing well. It's like, woo, up and down.
When I describe a Philly fan, if I go back to Chicago, a Philly fan, you are the ultimate Philly fan.
I'm the quintessential Philly fan.
Yeah, because you're up and down. You're behind the teams.
I'm a yo-yo.
You're a yo-yo, just like everyone else out here. You're a yo-yo, in a good way.
Josh is a methodical radio guy. He's got to stay objective.
He is objective.
He's got to be objective.
Sometimes I wonder if he has a pulse over there.
Yeah, right?
Right?
Oh, I know. I know how to push his butt.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
But, Josh, are you on an emotional roller coaster?
No, because you mentioned
you're no fun.
Josh is just even keel, man.
Yeah,
listen, I get triggered by things like what Doc said 2 weeks ago to the media.
Yeah,
that triggered me.
That got you.
But here's my thing. Billy, you just brought it up. Game 2, the Raptors basically lost 3 of their starters.
That's right.
For that game. So going into game 3, my assumption was I thought the Raptors were going to win that game because it was their first game back home. We know role players play better at home than on the road. I said this yesterday and the day before, and I'll keep saying it, Bill. You tell me what you think about this. I think game 3 was the most impressive win of the 76ers season.
Brad,
what?
You want to answer that first? He said game 3 was the most.
Why? Because of the distribution of the basketball and
the way they played, Josh, or the fact that they won in overtime?
Yeah,
because they scrapped and clawed and found a way to win when they didn't play their best game.
Okay, so they competed.
And the other teams
did.
They
stepped up and competed.
And John, so Brad, that goes back to what you say. That you said that they were going to win. They were going to be able to turn it on, turn it off. That's a mark of a great professional team.
A great leadership and a good team.
But what Josh says, when they don't play their best game and they still win, then you know you got something.
You got something,
right?
And that's they have the guts and the stamina to do that. And that's what they did.
Right, and keep in mind, Josh, too. Game 1, Van Fleet got it. He was in foul trouble in 30 seconds into the game.
Yeah, no, they rallied around him. So they got some good things going on this year. So I think we were. I don't know if we're going to be celebrating.
Listen, Miami loses last night to the Hawks,
which I predicted.
Okay, all right.
Okay. I said it last night. I said, look, Atlanta's going to win game 3 at home because they're at home and Trae Young. You know, you allow a team like Atlanta one win minimum in a series because you know the other team.
The network wants it. The network wants it.
All right, and then Josh, how about what I said maybe probably about 6 weeks ago? You guys all dismissed me and laughed at me when I said, watch out for the Celtics. They are playing some good basketball right now.
I can't speak for everybody, but I know for me, I can't speak for maybe the handful of listeners who just hate the Celtics blindly.
Right.
But my position was I just didn't feel like the Celtics could match up well with every team. It's apparent that the Nets have no answer for the Celtics defense.
Not at all.
And Kevin Durant said after game 2, it's on me to figure it out. To which my response, and I'm going to throw this over to you, Brad, is, Brad, if the player's saying I have to figure it out, where's the coach's culpability?
Yeah, right.
Well, that's a problem. That if the player said we got to figure it out, that means they're looking for the leadership.
Isn't that the coach's job to figure it out?
Absolutely, it's the coach's job to figure out, and then the players follow and take the advice from him and say, okay, here's what we're going to do. Yeah, totally. I put that on the coach.
We got a lot to talk about.
Hey, but
today.
I got a question, Josh. So if you're a Celtics fan living here, are you
That's the equivalent of being a
Cowboys
fan?
That's exactly what you said.
Here.
Does it go? If you're a Celtics fan, you got to be a Cowboys
fan.
Fan.
There's 2 teams that I despise. One of the Cowboys. And the other is the Celtics.
Yeah. So yeah, but if you're a Cowboys fan, you're probably a Celtics fan, right?
Well, you're a front runner, right?
Yeah.
Well, typically, if you're a Cowboys fan, you're also a Yankees fan. And you're also a Lakers fan, and you're probably a Duke basketball fan. You know, it's kind of like they all kind of like live and hang out together.
How about Jay Wright?
Well, hold on. Let me set this up. So let me remind people that we are streaming live on my YouTube channel, The Locker Room Billy Schweim, and also my Facebook page, Billy Schweim. Also, before we get into our itinerary for today,
the agenda,
our agenda. I do want to. Our colleague and our co-host Mike Carlin, his father passed away. We want to send our condolences to the Carlin family, and Mike will be in here tomorrow. Okay. I let him make the decision if he's going to be able to come in. But it's tough. It's a tough loss.
Yeah,
it's always tough when you lose. You lose your parent.
It's not easy.
My mom's not doing well. She's actually in the hospital right now. So mom's 101. She's hanging in there, but 101. And then how about Guy LaFleur?
Yeah.
Guy LaFleur, he had lung cancer, Josh?
Yeah, so
way too young.
2 weeks in a row. We lost Mike Bossy a week ago, and then we lose Guy LaFleur.
Yeah, for those who don't know, so back in 2019, Guy LaFleur had a cancerous lump removed from his left lung. About 18 months later, he was diagnosed with cancer in his right lung. And just a couple of days ago, he passed away, and they believe it's from complications due to the lung cancer.
Wow. Yeah. All right, so we have the Sportsbook Consigliere at 10:30. Okay. Then let's get to Jay Wright. That came out of nowhere. I mean, I read all the accounts of like the student body, the administration. Everybody's like totally shocked. And even listen to Ryan Fannin on the Best of the Sports Bash on the way in here. Listen to Ryan Fannin talk. He had no idea.
No clue. Yeah, it's something. I hope it's not a serious, like a medical.
It's not. That's what I wrote in my article. Jay Wright looks healthy, 60 years old.
I know that, but we just don't know behind the scenes. And hopefully he's just doing it because he just wants to spend more time with his family.
Well, no, he said he lost the edge. Okay. And we're going to talk with a colleague of his and a close personal friend. Coach Phil Martelli is going to join us in the bottom of the second hour.
I wanted to bring up this as well because I made sure we put the quote in your article, Bill.
Yes, I saw that. Thank you, Josh.
I was listening to Jay Wright's press conference, and he said, you're either 100% in or you're not with us at all.
Correct.
And I think that mentality is something that whether you're a former athlete or a former coach, you have to appreciate because you want your coach either all in or just not on the sideline.
Yeah, and he's proven everything. He's done everything.
But Brad, and I always go back to because that's why I have you in here because you were a former professional.
Just because you like
not because you're good looking, because your knowledge. You were there. You got all your hair. You were there. But
you do have a great hair.
Brad, come on, man. Jay Wright, he's not all in. You know, after coaching for 21 years, they're going to have ups and downs. I'm sure you didn't feel like putting the helmet on a couple games or like, you.
But here's the difference, though.
For someone to say like I wasn't 100% into it, well, maybe he's just having a bad like.
Here's the difference. you're even when you're playing, you're maybe not all in, but you still have that passion. But after the season's done, that you can't do the off season, the recruiting,
right? All that
other stuff that goes along with
your
coaching.
heart's not in it.
Your heart's not in it, and you just don't have it. And you got a family, and you want to start doing things and living life.
Well, apparently
it's a huge
he does
commitment.
all that stuff. I know I know
hard. So,
recruiting and all that stuff takes a lot of time. Josh, let me ask you this question, because you're on the air every single day, and technically you're on 6 days a week because you're here with us. There are days where you come in here and you're just like, you got other things going on in your life, bills, this, that, family, and you love sports, but if you miss a game or you're having a bad day, how hard is it I only talk sports on the weekend. So I have a lot of stuff that, we can talk about. You're doing it every single day. I'm sure there are days where you say you're mailing it in.
Well, I can't say I do that. I mean, because I fall back on what Brad said. Brad said a couple weeks about the Sixers turning it on, right? When the microphone comes on, I turn it on. When the microphone is off, I can be all messed up and out of whack, I mean, there's plenty of days, Bill, you've seen me, I come on the air, I'm on the air, but then the mic goes off and I'm just a mess, right?
Right.
So to me, if you can still hit the switch, you still got it. But the way Jay Wright described it, sounded like he was having trouble hitting the switch.
See, when you coach, coaching's a unique profession,
right?
That like when you go in there, when you roll those basketballs out and turn the lights on, you got to get excited and you want to have that joy. And when that joy's not there, and obviously it's not for Jay anymore, he's got to call. It's not. You got to be done.
Right. Like that's exactly what he said.
Well, he said if you're not 100%, why go through the motions?
Like coaching, my kids and stuff. Like I was out there at 5:15 setting the cones up. And when your joy's not there, it's like, and you can't go half butt.
Here's another aspect, and we got to take a break here, but another aspect of this, and we'll get into it with Coach Phil Martelli. But Jay Wright is so selfless. I mean, he didn't do any farewell tour or all this other stuff. He just
he's a good man,
right?
And he could have gone to bigger places,
yes.
But and he does. Villanova's a special place, and I commend him for it. And I'll see him in a golf tournament coming up. So
okay, all right. The first hour of the lot, and of course we got 2 hours to talk sports. We're going to get you. The Sixers play at 2:00, Game 4. Let's hope for a sweep because they can use the rest,
they
right?
Need the rest.
All right, we're gonna the sports book Consigliere, Coach Phil Martelli, Brad Quast, Billy Schwein, Josh Henning. In the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. My Winter Watchdog. Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service, My Winter Watchdog? Those worrisome thoughts that creep in your mind every time you hear of a storm coming, and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road. If you're away for the winter, you're in Florida, you need somebody to really look after your property. Let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869. Or send Debbie an email, debbie@mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein and Brad Quast on 97.3 ESPN.
Major League Baseball, this weekend on ESPN Radio.
A no-doubter for Bryce Harper. Look out.
The Philadelphia Phillies return home from their first road trip of the season to go head-to-head with Christian Yelich and the Milwaukee Brewers.
Deep to center. Tied up. He's done it again. He is Superman.
The Phillies and Brewers.
Listen to Major League Baseball today on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Sixers
Playoff basketball.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor. And he can do just about anything because
I'll make the earth take the shape that I want it to take.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1-Series tractor for just $109 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
South Jersey Advanced Health Solutions, South Jersey's premier clinic for allergy elimination and Lyme disease, effective treatment of chronic mold and all food and environmental allergies, and the only clinic in New Jersey to fully treat the red meat allergy known as alpha-gal, specializing in allergy elimination, Lyme disease, fertility, autoimmune disorders, adult and childhood ADD, ADHD, learning disabilities, insomnia, headaches, and all types of pain. Contact them today, 856-285-4788 to start feeling better, or visit them online at sjadvancehealth.com.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, 97.3 ESPN. It's the weekend.
Yes,
Talking sports, baby. And how about our Philadelphia 76ers? You know, that shot, everybody's making, that's that'll go down in Sixers lore. Great shot and everything. But for me, it was a great shot. It was a lot of fun, but it was only in round one. I'm not going to get how about me? I'm not going to get too excited over that great shot. If that was Game 7 of the conference final, it'd be something. It's only round one.
We have higher expectations,
right?
So let's not get too excited.
But
exactly.
I think yesterday, the Game 3 was the most important game. They win Game 3, the series is over. I mean,
yes.
Doc Rivers has lost. I mean, I think how many 3-1 leads has he had, Josh? And he's blown it. I don't see that happening there.
That's not going to happen. So that was a huge game.
He's got the horses.
Yeah, he's got the horses. He's got everyone in place, all the right pieces.
Here's the problem. And I have a lot of people who bring this up because, when you're on, as you mentioned, Bill, 6 days a week, people bring up the same thing again and again.
Right.
So I'm going to respond the same way again and again. You go through all of those 3-1, 3-2 blown leads, you find out it wasn't all Doc.
Well, it's never anyone one person.
Well, for example, when he lost Kendrick Perkins in the NBA Finals, they had no one to guard Andrew Bynum anymore. And that's why the Lakers won that title. You look at this series with the Clippers when he lost Chris Paul and Blake Griffin was banged up and DeAndre Jordan was banged up. It's hard to win without your best player. You know what I mean? So it's not like Doc is just like choking left and right.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's factors that lead to that, but I just think once the toothpaste is out of it, he just doesn't know how to regroup it, and he loses the team.
So you're saying that you don't think he's a good game day manager?
I don't think he adjusts.
He make adjustments
on the fly.
Well, I think he's done an admirable job so far. I mean, he's shortened up his bench, which, hey, he did something in this series that we never thought we'd see, and he put Paul Reed in.
Yeah, it seems like he's a player's coach, and that he has the pulse and he knows how to get the most out of his players, which he's doing. So we got to hope for the best.
But Q, here's another angle that you can look at too. Like coaches can make adjustments. They're the ones that become the better coaches, right? Or better.
Yeah. Individual when you substitution, bringing guys in.
You don't try to fit a square peg in a round hole.
And who's hot,
right.
who's shooting good. I mean, who's better matchups on teams.
And wasn't it coming down the stretch against the Milwaukee Bucks when I think Giannis was Giannis was taken out, and then B came in like they were right. Josh, last couple games.
That's what it was. Yeah,
they didn't match up.
Yeah, so you got a smaller team,
but he's obviously not making those type of mistakes so far in the playoffs.
No, he hasn't made any of those personnel mistakes.
Now, I don't think Toronto has the talent, obviously, that we have. They can't. Nobody
can't keep
can
up
stop.
scoring.
Yeah, they can't stop Embiid.
No.
But with that being said, I think the players win. I mean, coaches coach, but players, you got to have the horses.
Got to have the horses.
I don't think Toronto can match up with the Sixers.
No,
next series.
You'll find out. But Toronto, we should win. Beat Toronto, and then worry about the next.
Josh,
series.
you think it's going to be a sweep?
I'm conflicted. I want it to be a sweep because I want Embiid to get some time rest.
Get his legs.
Embiid hurt his wrist or his thumb, right?
So here's the deal.
And he's available today, is what they're saying. He's available. What's that mean?
That means he's not questionable. That means he's going to play. It's a designation in the NBA you have to make. If someone has an injury, you have to announce: are they available? Are they unavailable? Are they questionable? Are they doubtful? What is their
It's
status?
all because the betting lines.
Exactly. In the league requires the teams to say these things. Here's my problem with this whole story that came out yesterday. I am not dismissing any of the reporters because you have 3 of the top 5 NBA reporters.
You had Pompey on during the week, didn't you?
I had him on Thursday.
Yes.
3 of the top 5 people in the business, NBA reporting, all reported yesterday that Embiid's got something going on with a ligament in his thumb, it looks like. The problem I have with the report is, and Bill, I've said this before because you've been with me long enough. This organization has gone out of the way to protect Embiid from himself, right?
Right.
How many times have Embiid say, I want to be out there, but they won't let me?
Well,
right?
there was like 2 years in a row where we couldn't get anybody on the court. There was always like soft tissue in, right? The Sixers were criticized for their medical staff couldn't keep the players on the court.
So, in my opinion, this organization, which has a history of keeping Embiid on the bench as often as possible, if they're saying he can go out there and play with their super abundance of psychotic caution, I'm not overly worried because between the Sixers medical staff and Embiid, they have him out there.
Well, with 2 seconds left on the clock, he sure looked like he didn't have a problem.
No,
Right? I mean, he hit a shot. I mean, that was what was
you're forgetting your sprained ankle, your thumbs,
right? The adrenaline, right? You're at a
you
high.
just want to play.
You want to play. You want to win.
You want to win. You want to win.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
James Harden, 38 minutes, 19 points. He had 10 assists. So I mean, he was contributing, but he fouls out. Are you concerned with his play so far? I think he's been playing pretty well.
No, he's going to give you 20, 25 a game. 8 to 10 assists. 7, 8 rebounds. No, I'm not concerned.
Not concerned at all.
Because
you're the one. Look, Josh,
when
he did say. I got to give Q his credit. He did say last week on this program that he'll be able to turn it. They can turn it on. Turn it. I'm surprised. I was actually shocked that you said that.
Did you?
Really? Yeah. Just turn it on. I don't see how you can just turn it on, turn it off.
Well, it's not because see, we as a society have an idea about turning it on and off. Brad doesn't literally mean Harden just didn't play basketball for a week and then walked on the court and just started playing. What Brad's talking about is these athletes take their mindset and their game to the next level when they are at the next level.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's the key. Like,
so spring training, when they say pitchers are just getting their work.
You're civilian. There's civilians, and then there's professional athletes. And professional athletes can turn on when they're that gifted. They can turn on, turn it off.
Because Brad, really quick, it's psychological, isn't it?
Yeah, it's psychological.
So Q, when you were in Iowa and you're playing your first game against I don't know, Illinois or whatever, and then you're saying you step it up a notch when you get to the bowl game?
No, I'm talking about practice. We're talking about.
We're not talking about practice.
We're talking about practice. But you do play. No,
because you were talking about turning off in the game.
But you do play more intensity with other teams in certain spots.
The higher stakes.
The higher
See,
stakes.
as an athlete now,
so you go from the professional this level, and then you got to turn up because it's 4th and 1, and you're on your goal line, and Michigan's going to try to score, and you go up to that level. That's what you. Yeah.
But, all right. Now I obviously didn't play the level that you played. But I always tried I always thought that I was playing as hard as intense as I possibly could on every play.
But it's the people around you that are better athletes than you.
Right.
The coaching brings out that in you. That's how that gets to.
That's
how you go from high school to college to pro.
How about me on the radio? I'm the way I am on the radio is the way I am off the radio. Would you say that?
You're crazy, yeah. You're crazy off. You're crazy on.
No, but my energy level is always like this. Wouldn't you say?
I would say that. Yes.
So it's not an act.
No, but
I come in here. I want to perform at my highest level. Every time, if I can.
Yeah. You didn't have a rough night.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's different, though. It's professional athletes are unique. That's why it's, they're in the 1 percentile.
Joel Embiid, 33 points. My man had 13 rebounds. He's playing possessed.
He's nuts.
He should be the MVP, Joe.
I hope he gets it.
He should be the MVP. I don't want to hear anything. He should be the MVP.
He probably won't because there's some analytics imbecile out there who thinks Jokic.
You're right.
These people, they are finding numbers now just to support their argument because they're so dead set on not being wrong.
Well, if Embiid doesn't get MVP, it's a travesty.
It is a travesty. He does
every
it all.
Player in the league thinks Embiid is the MVP.
Absolutely.
It's only some guys who are in the media who don't want to give it to him because they just don't like him.
And listen,
is he not a likable guy? Or
no, it's the fact that Embiid represents something that these people don't like.
And what is that?
The fact that he's 7'2" and he moves like a guard and he's dominating. I mean, nobody can stop him.
Yeah, but what does he represent that people don't like?
The process. There are still people in this league who hate the fact of what the Sixers did, how they went about it.
Okay.
How Embiid sat out for 2
years. Yeah, but that's not his fault. That's not his fault.
But they still blame him for it.
Okay. All right.
Well, we'll see what the sportsbook Consigliere says coming up next.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We'll see what he's wearing today.
What do you think?
I don't know.
He
better have Sixer stuff on.
I think he might have Miami.
All right, the first hour of the locker was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process from contract signing to closing from the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line, located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan or the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy being called a Maserati. Maserati, the mainline, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the mainline, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at RDS Auto Group at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at MOTML.com. When we return, we'll go to Las Vegas and talk to the sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim and Brad Quast right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers playoff basketball later today on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McInnes, calling all the play-by-play action.
Maxey the other way. He jams it. He blows by Siakam. A burst that only Maxey has. And he stuffs it.
It's Sixers Raptors Game 4. Coverage begins at 2 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi, this is Camden County Commissioner Director Lou Capelli with some quick COVID vaccine facts. First, if you haven't received a booster shot, you are not fully protected. 99% of our positive cases are people who haven't been boosted. Second, growing up, almost all of us were vaccinated to protect us from infectious diseases. And COVID vaccines are no different. This is your shot. Make it count. And remember, if you're not boosted, you're not fully protected. Visit CamdenCounty.com/vaccine for more information.
Pro, Progressive Fence and Rail. Fencing, railing, shower enclosures for home builders and homeowners, customized just for you. Awnings and decks, yeah, we do those too. Yeah. We get it done right, we get it done fast. With quality products built to last. If you need help around the outside of your home, the only name you need to know is Pro, ProgressiveFenceandRail.com.
Straight Talk Wireless now has the new iPhone 13 with cinematic mode, which lets you focus on what matters. And with Straight Talk, you can focus on getting the best deal. Our Silver Unlimited plan is just $45 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. And it runs on the largest, most dependable networks, now with nationwide 5G. With the iPhone 13 on Straight Talk, you can share whatever you want, wherever you want. Straight Talk Wireless. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Are you tired of bar hopping aimlessly to find the perfect beer? Good news! Your hopping days are over. Head over to Slack Tide Brewery in Cape May Courthouse. We've created a diverse and high-quality line of beers made with locally sourced, all-natural ingredients. From our Angry Osprey IPA to our Strawberry Mango Haywire Twist, our selection of brews will be just what you're looking for. Plus, our tap room is always a good time where you'll feel right at home. Slack Tide Brewery in Cape May Courthouse reminds you to always drink responsibly.
Saturday morning in the locker room, Billy Schweim, Brad Quast, Josh Henning. You know, here we go. My favorite time of the show. Each and every Saturday, we take a little flight out to Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Where the draft is going to be.
Yeah.
We're going to get into some draft talk, too, on the other side.
Yeah,
I'll
be out there.
We're going to talk to our guy that we look forward to talking to every Saturday in the locker room. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in to the locker room, the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan, and he's got the Phillies on.
I said you might have Miami on, but okay.
Good to see you all. Last week I came on with the Miami stuff. Billy was mad. You could tell he was mad during the segment. He was mad after I left, so I didn't want to come on and make Billy mad. So I had to go,
you jinxed my Phillies. They went to Miami during the week, and they lost 3 or 4.
I mean, Billy, we know what the Phillies are right now, all right? This is going to happen sometimes. They're going to give you ups. They're going to give you downs. I hope
right now they're giving me downs.
Yeah. Come on, Bill. They just won 2 straight.
No, I know. Hey, listen, Consigliere, are you superstitious? Are you like, do you get into like habits? Like, if you win a game, you wear the same socks, the same underwear type thing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I used to be – no, I mean, when I played hockey up in through college, I got dressed the same exact way every time. And then now I'm with the kids and I'm coaching them, and they each have their own little quirks. The one girl gets in the batter's box, swipes her foot left, swipes her foot right, touches the bat across, and I see it now. It's sports. It's just one of those things. And even in the book, I used to take it in the book and when the favorites all win every day, like they did, a couple days ago. I mean, almost in every sport, you come in and you put your hat sideways. You know what I mean? You got to change everything up. You got to change something up. And when things go good, you say, you know what? Who did the NBA yesterday? You do the NBA again today. Like the same guy does the same thing. So yes, absolutely. So,
Just like Bryce Harper. You see what his routine is? Remember Ron Hextall used to clank the stick off the pipes?
Yeah, everyone's got a routine. Yep.
No, the best was Nomar Garciaparra.
That was annoying though, Josh. I mean,
that was insane.
With the wristbands and then the batting gloves and then the bat. I mean, it was every pitch. It's going away. They're going to put this pitch clock. I think it's going to happen in the major leagues.
Well, the games. Look, I told you guys last week. I took the doopy-doo, my daughter, to the game. It was 4 hours. You can't keep a 6-year-old at a 4-hour game.
Yeah, it's just too long.
Yeah.
Consigliere, our Sixers are on the precipice of eliminating the Raptors. Who saw it coming?
I don't know if anybody saw a sweep, but this was going to happen. But you know how hard it is to get that fourth one. And now, his thumbs hurt and what that just came
his thumb didn't look hurt on that last shot.
No, it didn't. That was pretty good. That was actually so much fun to step back and then three, and he's a big guy and he knocked it down.
Can you imagine, Can you imagine a 7'2" guy like Joel Embiid running the floor like a guard, doing it? How about the turnaround jump shot he did in Game 2 at the Wells Fargo Center, and then his overtime shot? I mean, he's 7'2".
Very athletic. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's fun to watch, and I talk to a lot of guys back there all week, and I do the show with Cash Considerations with Newbie and stuff. He's still mad he ain't going to win the MVP. I mean, he has a 40-1 ticket on him.
You know what? He should win the MVP. There's no one play.
He's not going to win it, Billy.
Right, Brad?
He's not. Why? You don't think he's going to win it?
No, I think the voting is going to be Jokic because the way the market moved the last 3 weeks in the betting market, it tells you so much. I tell people this all the time. Even if you don't bet, you got to watch the gambling information, because that's where people put their money behind. It's just like stock market stuff. The money moves. That's who's investing in it. It doesn't always win, but I saw a lot of sharp money betting that Jokic MVP right before the season ended. So I think he's going to win. I don't think he should win, but I think he's going to win based on that. I mean, obviously, Joel Embiid is the MVP of the league.
Yeah. He is, but you know what, Dave? It's interesting because all these people who are voting for it, the writers, are voting for Jokic, but all the players in the league, like Durant and Draymond Green, say it should be Embiid. So it shows you that there's a chasm between different perspectives here.
Without a doubt. And that's the hard part about even like betting markets like that. It's all voted on, and you're betting on what people are voting on as much as you are betting on what you think will happen, even more so, because you can bet what you think is going to happen, and it can happen, and you can still lose because they don't vote the guy in. So be careful with those markets. Like, NL MVP happened last year with Bryce Harper. He was 50 and 60-1. It was the same situation. And then people started backing it, and then all of a sudden this talk started, and he ended up winning. A lot of people in that area cashed a lot of nice tickets on him last year.
We're talking to Sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan live from Las Vegas. You can follow him on Twitter at SportsBKConsig. Cash Considerations, Bostonian versus the book. But now the line today, the Sixers are 3-point favorites, right? Mm-hmm. The over and under is 213.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of low, Dave?
It is.
For a game 4?
It is. And I thought the same thing Okay. And I mean, I hate to come on the show and pick against the Philly teams because Billy
that's
takes
all
it
right.
so personal. And
You
I
get a
tell you
pass
all
for
the
what you
time,
man.
it ain't personal. It's not personal.
Yeah.
It's just business. Just like Michael said in The Godfather.
Yeah.
Just remember that. But I mean, this is the game that the Raptors win. This is they get the sweep. They get the gentleman's sweep, and Sixers win a series in Game 5 at home.
See, I listen. I don't mean to interrupt your book, but I don't say I think that shot that Joel Embiid hit in overtime took the life right out of him. It was a dagger.
No, it's
took it right out of him.
NBA wants another game. The TV markets want another game.
See.
They're going to be it's money. There's too much money behind it.
Come on, man. Really?
Yeah.
Listen to Q. Yeah, listen to Q.
Well, listen, hey, Book. He called it. He said he's like leading up to the playoffs. Everybody's worried about James Harden, worried about the Sixers, worried about Glenn Rivers, Glock Rivers, right? The coaching aspect of it. Q over here says they're going to be able to turn it on.
They'll turn it on.
They'll turn it on.
He
And
did.
guess what? He turned it on.
Yeah.
He did. He said it last week, even here. I mean, I liked Philly. I thought it would go 6 or 7 games. I thought it would be a little more, competitive per se. I just this screams to me to take Toronto plus the points and the under. Now, it's hard. It's hard sometimes bet the unders in these games. You see the way the Atlanta and Miami game ended yesterday. Suns and Pelicans was a dead under until 3 minutes left in the game, and then it shot over. It's really tough betting the under in the NBA. But I think I like the Sixers in the under, or the Raptors in the under today. Sixers close the series Monday night.
All right, now Boston is up 2-0 on Brooklyn.
Oh, I love
The
that.
Nets. I mean, I said this, and I said this early in the program today, but I also said about 6-7 weeks ago, watch out for the Celtics. I even think I said it to you.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Celtics.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Celtics.
I don't know how many people you talk to all the time, Billy. So it had to be one of us. You probably said it to somebody. It was probably one of us. Maybe I make Josh the favorite because
he texts me 5 times a day.
And then Q, you're next.
Yeah, it's
You're
me.
still
I'm here.
minus money. Me, I get a text once or twice a week.
Yeah.
So I'm a dog price. But it's probably one of the 3 of us that you said the Celtics are going to be dangerous. Listen, back in December, January, they were 50-1 to win the NBA title, and they became the best team in basketball, basically the second half of the season. Their odds are down to now they're the second choice, but Milwaukee and them, I mean, they keep trading that spot. Miami's still getting disrespected. They're third to win in the East. This is the game that Brooklyn wins. I want to see Boston take Brooklyn out. Those basketball games have been absolutely electric. That's a primetime game for you guys back east. But I picked Boston to win a series in 5 before the playoffs. I said Boston's winning this series. I'm betting against Brooklyn. It's physical. It's nasty. It's old school basketball. They're chanting every possession in the games. It's great. But I like Brooklyn today, minus the 3 points. I
think that over and under is at 222. I mean, it's
that's really high.
That's kind of high
for such a good defensive team like the Celtics. It's really high. If Brooklyn wins, it probably goes over. But that number gives me that pause. Personally, I like the under, but I would kind of hold off on that because I think it's going to go up another point or 2. And then you can bet under if you like under. It's on the move. It's gonna close higher by game time.
All right, now the sports book is wearing Phillies attire, so we have to just talk a little bit about our Philadelphia Phillies.
Yep.
6-8 out of the gate. The pitching's kind of concerning, but it's still early. Like Q says, to be able to turn it on, turn it off.
But they hit the ball though still.
But they haven't been.
I know.
I
That's
mean,
the problem.
Last night they did.
Their lineup is
last
set to
2
hit
games,
the ball.
But are you concerned with the Philadelphia Phillies and what do you see their season looking like? What's the book saying?
I think you got to relax. That's what I tell everybody. Everybody relax. It's early. We got to get through this month 500 or better, ideally. So if we're 500 at the end of April, we're good. That applies to anybody.
Because the Mets right now are sitting at 11-4. They're off to a hot. The Mets
for now.
Stinking Mets.
That's fine. Listen,
when was the last time the Mets even won anything?
It's been a while. Josh, but for the first time in my life, I'm not going to lie, I got a Mets hat. Listen, I got to
Say it
do
ain't
it.
so, Dave.
Do you understand? I got to do this stuff for the shows and all the things. But I buy the teams that I think are maybe going to be around. And I said, get me. I told my guy, I said, I need a Mets hat. I need a Mets hat. So
it's a good looking lid.
Yeah, isn't that? It's a good looking one.
Yeah, this is one of my all time.
By the way, we're streaming live on my YouTube channel, The Locker Room, Billy Schweim, and also my Facebook page, Billy Schweim. So if you want to see the Sportsbook Consigliere, go to those pages and check them out. See what he wears every Saturday.
Look at that. Josh didn't even have to tell you to say it. You dropped it right in there. Seriously, this is good.
This is time radio, man.
We got progress, Dave.
This is Josh, one step at a time. Don't get him too excited. Good job,
Dave.
Billy.
Dave, you ever watched the movie What About Bob?
No, never once.
You should. You should.
Should I?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Okay.
It's with Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss, but there's a scene where he's waiting for 4:00 and he's sitting there, staring at the clock, saying, "Baby steps to 4:00, baby steps to 4:00."
Well, baby steps to 4:00 for Billy. I mean, that's good. Listen, the Mets are good, Billy. The Mets they got pitching. They got Francisco Lindor, who's one of my favorite players. It's an absolute joy watching that guy play baseball. It really is. I'm a little worried about the Mets. I think their season wins expectations were 91, and then DeGrom got hurt, and it dropped to 88. And I was like, man, really? That's a 3-game drop based on him? He's not there, and they're winning. They got off to a good start.
I know.
This is the scary part, because if they continue to win more games than they lose, and then they add him whenever he's going to come back, it's going to be hard to catch them.
Where are the Phillies sitting right now with their win total? Because I know that moved. It
it
was at 88.
80, yeah. So I didn't even look. I'm so focused on the basketball. I'm not looking at season win totals anymore. Come on, Billy. Focus. I'm getting ready for the NHL playoffs.
I thought the Rolodex in your head was going to go.
Like Rain Man.
No, I mean, it's still right around the same number. It's dropped, I think, a little.
-3.
I got to get ready for the draft. Q's coming out.
I'm coming out. Hey,
I got to meet up.
I'll be out Tuesday.
Oh boy,
you got to get his. You got his number.
I got his.
we're gonna hook it up.
Tuesday, I'm golfing. Thursday, got to play. Okay,
you're what?
He's gonna hit the ball.
I'm gonna hit the ball. I'm golfing Thursday.
Listen, Q, the wind has been blowing here for 3 weeks. My allergies are killing me. If you got any sort of allergy medicine, I highly am recommending you bring it.
Oh boy,
you overdose on it.
Glasses. And listen, you got a beautiful head of hair.
Oh, look at that. The quaff.
Wind is blowing all over the place. Q.
I'll wear. Listen, can I use your Phillies hat? I'm playing around.
This is a show hat.
Is it a size 8.5 or 9? I got a big head.
Well, 8.5.
Yeah,
made only.
Yeah. 8.5.
I don't think all campus has lids that big in it.
8.5.
Coil over there.
You better talk to John. That's too big.
8.5. Yeah.
How did you even get a football helmet?
I don't know.
They put a bucket on his head.
They put a bucket. And a chin strap in a bucket.
You got a true bucket head. That's unbelievable.
All right, you bring it each and every Saturday. Sportsbook Consigliere. You can follow him on Twitter at SportsBKConsig. As always, we really appreciate it. Look forward to it. And I like your apparel today.
Billy, I tried. I had to wear something. I made you mad last week. I apologize for last week, but I came on and gave you a couple winners. Hopefully today the same thing. Raptors win today. Sixers close out the series on Monday. Bring on the heat, baby.
All right. See you Tuesday. See you next week, buddy.
I'll text you. We'll see you.
The Sportsbook Consigliere on the Maserati of the Mainline Sports Hotline every Saturday. The first hour of the locker was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and sees it fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The NBA playoffs continue on ESPN Radio. Dagger time in Boston. Down 17. The Celtics storm back to win Game 2 and take Games 1 and 2 in Boston. Now the series shifts to Brooklyn for a critical Game 3. Can the Nets bounce back? Game 3 of the Nets and Celtics. Listen to the NBA playoffs tonight exclusively on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Major League Baseball.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is Mike Herron. You've heard me talk about my experiences playing football at the Naval Academy on The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. I'm here to tell you about a company with the same high level of integrity and dedication that it takes to be successful on the football field. Best Property Maintenance. When you need cleaning and janitorial services you can trust, call Best Property Maintenance. They'll take care of your property from top to bottom, commercial and residential, fully licensed and insured. Call Best today. When you want it done right and on time, call Best. They'll do the rest. Call today 609-926-2378 or go online at bestpropertynj.com.
With GNF financing, approved credit excludes Corvette. This just in. Right now, Bennett Chevrolet is paying a minimum $8,000 for any trade. That's at least $8,000 for any trade, running or not. Bennett is doing it again. Want $8,000 for that old rotted out rat trap? Just drive it, push it, tow it to Bennett Chevrolet for a minimum $8,000 towards any pre-owned vehicle in stock. Got a good trade? Well, if we're paying a minimum $8,000 for total junk, imagine how much more you'll get for a good quality trade. Looking for new? There's no beating Bennett, because unlike other dealers, we're not selling over factory sticker. And there's 0% available financing. Plus, if you're stuck in a lease, bring it to Bennett. We can get you out early, any make, any model. And remember, Bennett will buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Stop in for a quick quote. No pressure or obligation, because our non-commissioned sales staff is paid based on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. Find new roads at Bennett Chevrolet, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
Straight Talk Wireless now has the new iPhone 13 with cinematic mode, which lets you focus on what matters. And with Straight Talk, you can focus on getting the best deal. Our Silver Unlimited plan is just $45 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. And it runs on the largest, most dependable networks, now with nationwide 5G. With the iPhone 13 on Straight Talk, you can share whatever you want, wherever you want. Straight Talk Wireless. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Need to get away? Plan a vacation now and create memories to last a lifetime, starting with nonstop flights from Atlantic City International Airport to Boston, Atlanta, San Juan, and Miami. Book your low-cost flight today by visiting spirit.com.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, Josh Henning. Listen, Nick Nurse, and the other day, I guess it was game 2, Joel Embiid was lipping off with Nick Nurse, the coach of the Raptors. What do you think was being said there, Q?
I tried to read lips.
Yeah, they did that to Alec Boehm. They read his lips, but I couldn't make out what he was saying.
I don't know.
I can tell you.
You know verbatim what he was saying?
Well, they talked about it after the game. So Nick Nurse said after the game that, Embiid went to him and said, if you keep fouling me, I'm going to keep making them. To which Nurse said, well, you better keep making them if you want to win because they're calling fouls for everything.
Yeah, and it doesn't look good. It's not good look with a head coach complaining about fouls all the time.
And then Joel.
No, you get on him a little bit, but not like he was. He was whining like a little
Well, it was
baby.
funny you said it because then Joel, they asked him about it after the game, and he said he confirmed what Nurse said, but he also said, Nick Nurse, all he does is, BITCH
yeah,
about the
right,
fouls.
Like, I think it's effective when a coach does it at the right time for the right reason, but not all the time. It's like the boy that cried wolf.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to earn some credibility,
Right?
cred, coaching credit.
Well, he has
And then-
coaching credit.
yeah.
He's one of the better coaches in the league.
One of the better ones, but then you just can't do it all
At
the
some
time.
point, you
just
gotta let it go.
Yeah,
Like, you gotta play the game.
Yeah, you gotta play the game.
Because he's desperate. He knows that they can't
Yes.
keep up with the Sixers
Yeah.
on the court.
Yep. So he's got to whine and complain and try to get every call he
But
can.
it's just not a good look for him, man.
No, it's not good.
Nah,
Look. It's not a good look.
You
So
can't
what-
do that.
You guys, I heard the book, and you guys, Josh said you don't think he's going to Embiid's going to win the MVP.
Well,
but he deserves to win the MVP.
He does. It was interesting the bet how the money
Is moving
and I
around,
never
yeah.
thought about that. I mean, it's a shame. That's the way it is. Shame.
Yeah, because you got to remember the people who are making these bets, these sharp people,
Yeah.
they're called sharp for a reason.
Yeah,
They know something.
They know something. They don't do it for a hobby.
Yeah.
They do it for a living.
All right, hour number 1 in the books. How fast did that go?
Oh, it goes quick.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Sure does.
We're having a good time here in the locker room every Saturday and Sunday morning, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Hour 2, we're going to talk with Phil Martelli, former St. Joe's coach and now the assistant at the University of Michigan, the Big Blue, Maize and Blue. We'll talk a little Phillies baseball, a little Eagles draft talk, Q.
Eagles draft.
Next week, you're heading out, right?
I'm heading out to
All right.
Vegas.
All right. It's the locker room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, right here on 97.3 ESPN. Keep it locked in here. We'll get you ready for the Sixers Raptors. 2 o'clock right here on 97.3 ESPN.
A new fusion of flavor, friendly competition, and fiery foods. That's the Chili Knockout and Spicy Food Fest, Saturday, May 21st. Orange Loop Arena, New York Avenue in Atlantic City. It's an opportunity for culinary discovery. Chili Knockout is a food festival devoted to exploring all things flavorful and spicy. It's an interactive, you be the judge chili cook-off and a day out with friends and family, supporting this seaside community culinary scene. It's a kickoff to spring like no other. Tickets are available now at chilliknockout.com. Produced by Good Time Tricycle.
Straight Talk Wireless now has the new iPhone 13 with cinematic mode, which lets you focus on what matters. And with Straight Talk, you can focus on getting the best deal. Our Silver Unlimited plan is just $45 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. And it runs on the largest, most dependable networks, now with nationwide 5G. With the iPhone 13 on Straight Talk, you can share whatever you want, wherever you want. Straight Talk Wireless. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
It's pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PC and tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
At Ocean First Bank, our first thought is you. We put you first in all we do. Community banking for a century. We treat you like your family. Whatever you need, whatever you dream, let's make it a reality. Ocean First Bank, putting you first.
Today and every day, our goal is to make your banking easy and convenient. That's why we offer top-rated digital banking services that fit the bill. From opening and managing your accounts online to paying bills and depositing checks right from your phone.
Whatever you need, whatever dream, let's make it a reality. Ocean First Bank, putting you first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
South Jersey's play-by-play home for the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers.
He scored!
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, 97.3 ESPN. Saturday mornings in the locker room, a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Oh, we always have a good time, too.
I enjoy it.
The Phillies yesterday, or last night, beat the Milwaukee Brewers, the Brew Crew.
4-2.
4-2. Rangers Suarez, 4 2/3 innings. He did his job, I guess. If we
Nelson got the winning,
right?
The winning outing.
It won 2 in a row. But it like the sportsbook Consigliere said, it's early, and now I don't need to tell you. You're a former professional athlete. You got to. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's a long season, and you can't get your highs can't be
here.
Too
You
high
go
and
again
lows
with
can't
that.
Be too low. Even keel.
Aren't Philly fans? I think we're beautiful. I think
beautiful.
Philadelphia sports fans are beautiful.
They're beautiful creatures. Yes,
They
they're
are.
beautiful, but they're so passionate.
What's wrong? I don't see anything wrong with that.
I know, but it just
And you know what? I don't like. All right, so I was on Doc Rivers. I'm going to stay consistent.
Okay.
I loved
You
him
are
when they
consistent.
first got him. Now of late.
I didn't like that comment.
His comments have been
Yeah.
condescending to the fan. So he's drawn my ire, but I'm still rooting. I'm rooting for the Philadelphia 76ers because this is my team. This is our area, our town. And you want to see Joel Embiid dominate like he has, and you want to see Tobias Harris. You want to see the Phillies win. You want to see people rip on Joe Girardi for making some. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
But coaches and players come and go. Your team, you're a Phillies fan.
Right.
You're a Sixers fan. You're a Flyers fan. You're a Eagles fan. And those coaches will interchange and stuff, but you're rooting for the home team.
It's our team.
It's our team. It's our city.
It's okay to get excited.
It's our colors.
Right.
And that's what you are. And I've been out here since '92.
So you're a former player, so you got to stay that. You got to do the company line.
I do the company line.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to stay kid. I remember, it rings in my ear. Talk it, Berube, Melanie, Schweier. You can't get too excited.
Yeah,
you're the same. Where you're cut out of the same cloth.
But you have to think that way because that's
the fan doesn't. But the fan does.
The fan's a fan. That's the difference between the fan and
but
the
there
players.
are fans in other cities that don't they're not walking off the ledge if their team don't win, right? Doesn't win.
No, not so much in other cities. This is a unique city, and that's why.
I mean, New York's a hotbed.
Yeah, New York,
Chicago.
Chicago's a little crazy like this, but not as crazy as Philly fans. But I see the passion, and players appreciate the passion. They do.
Well, let's look at the Chicago area because they had the Chicago Blackhawks that won with 3 out of 4 Stanley Cups.
Blackhawks, the Bulls when the Michael
Bulls
Jordan
won 6 and so
that was crazy. Growing up there.
So do you get spoiled? Do you get
you get spoiled,
or do you get look at the Patriots? They had their run. Do you want more? Does that will that last? Does that help pacify the fan and say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course it does.
Or do you want more? Athletes, the more you win, the more you want to win.
You want the fans just take it for granted. That's the thing.
Right.
That's the problem. Oh, we're the Bulls. Oh, we're going to win it every year. You got Michael Jordan. New England, we got Tom Brady. So you just kind of take it for granted, and then when it's gone, it's like, oh shoot,
right.
It's like, oh my gosh,
so,
now we got a team.
So looking at the Phillies, baseball's unique because you go obviously batters go into slumps, they get hot, they get cold, right? Talk about you have to stay You can't if you take a collar, go 0 for 4, and you strike out 3 of those 4 times, you get right back at it the next day. Tomorrow's another day.
But you want to, but it's so much mental though in baseball. Like if you get, like you said, you take a collar 0 for 4, and then you go back another, and you go 1 for 5. You start thinking about it. What am I doing wrong? Then you got to readjust yourself. And
Zach Wheeler, his first couple outings haven't really been Zach Wheeler-ish.
Exactly. So right
so
now,
what's he thinking?
mentally, he's thinking. He's going through. He's watching tape. He's redoing things. He's trying to get corrected, and that plays on your mind.
I mean, if you look at like Segura's, he let off again last night. Now that I said that this team doesn't have a traditional leadoff hitter.
I agree with that.
Joe Girardi's been
tinkering with
the lineup. I mean, he had Schwaber in there, but I don't think you look at Schwaber. And I know the game's changed and it's analytical, and everybody's hitting home runs trying to hit home runs. But last night they manufactured those 3 runs in the 8th inning. That was Alex Boehm. He went the other way.
It was like small ball. That's like college baseball. That was small ball, playing good fundamental baseball.
Romuto's hitting 320. Boehm is still. I mean, at one point he was batting 714. He's cooled off a little bit, but he's still batting 440.
Yeah, which is good.
Right, good. It's outstanding. Camargo's hitting 368. Harper 241, but he went 2 for 4 last night. Hit a double, knocked it a run. I'm not worried about the MVP because I think Bryce Harper. By the way, isn't it funny how Bryce Harper, when he was a Washington National, I couldn't stand him.
We hated him.
But guess what? I love him.
Yeah,
he's a Philly, and he loved. You know what endears athletes to the people in the city when you love the city you're playing for, and you respect the fans, and you want to when it appears that you are doing everything in your power to win for the fans. You just wrote your ticket.
You wrote your ticket.
You can walk on water,
and that's what he did. He played like that when he was at Washington, and he hustled, and he had
but he also had attitude. Remember he got in a fight with
he was high tempered, but he said all the right things when he came here.
Yes,
he hustles, he plays, and he gives effort, and that's all the fans want. They want to see effort, and they want to see passion, and that's what he gives.
Like when you say stuff like Doc Rivers said to the fans, I mean, I don't see I won't forget that. Like I was like,
will you forgive?
So in other words, I mean, if he wins a championship, we'll forgive and forget. That's the only way he's going to be able to get back in my good graces. If the Sixers win an NBA championship, Doc Rivers, there's speculation he's going to LA.
Yeah, and he probably will. I think he'll do well here and then wear out his welcome and go somewhere else. That's his. So, but I think
so. Q, let me ask you this question.
Yeah,
let
me
ask you this
What's the question?
All right. You're from Chicago.
I miss Chicago.
You're a kid growing up, and you're a Bears fan.
I was a Bears fan.
You're a
Bears,
fan.
Cubs fan, Bulls fan.
All right, you go to Iowa.
Yep.
And then you get drafted by the Jets.
Yep.
Right. When professional athletes get drafted to that city, do they really care? Like some, I'm sure some players do, but I mean, what's the mindset? Like, if you never thought about the Jets other than Joe Namath.
No,
the sack exchange.
It was back then. We had no them, and my mom says, "Oh, New York's going to. Oh, great, the Giants. What? NFC, because the Bears
redheaded stepchild.
NFC, NFC. Who? The what?
Right.
Joe Namath. Oh, that guy. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But I mean, so how do you get your you're obviously so excited that you're drafted to the NFL.
Yeah.
But do you? How I'm passionate about the Philadelphia sports scene, right?
Yes.
If I got drafted by the Los Angeles or the Vegas Raiders or something, or Chargers or whatever, what's your mindset as a professional going into that? Is you put everything behind you?
Well,
because you're still a human being.
Yeah, but in terms of what though? Like when you had
I'm a diehard Eagles fan, right?
Okay, but I grew up a Bears fan, but
would you say you were a diehard Bears fan?
I wasn't you know what?
Or is it different for players?
It's different for players.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
So if you're that level, you're not. Your loyalty doesn't. It's the almighty dollar.
You lose. I lost my fandom when. Almost like in high school when you really
because you know that you're going to a big time program.
So when you get to a level and you realize, oh boy, I can be playing football on that field and,
Right.
and in front of NBC or
At that point, you said, I want to get to the list.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, then you can think you can make a living, and then you're not a fan anymore. It's more of it's a job opportunity,
Right, okay.
That's what you got to look at. That's what it was then. So it was a job opportunity.
Like, would you say there are some players, whether I don't care if it's the NBA, Major League Baseball, hockey, or where they play for not the love of the game, but for the money? Are there players? Do you know that you have guys that were in the locker next to you that weren't really?
Okay, so yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you could
Yes,
see that,
but
because the fans can see right through that.
Yeah, but no, you play for it because you love the game.
Like
and
Bryce Harper wants to win in Philadelphia. That's the impression I get.
He does, but it's still. It's you're passionate about being on the radio, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be so if you can go and be on a national syndicate?
But you know what? I don't think I could go to another city and talk passionately about. Like I'm older now, and I've been a diehard Philly sports fan for such a long time. If you were to say, "Hey, listen, you have an opportunity to go talk on the radio in San Diego," I don't know if I would. I mean, I love sports, yes, but I don't know if I could be as passionate about talking about the Chargers or the. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
The San Diego Padres.
Yeah,
I mean, I could fake it.
Yeah, you're right. But as an athlete, a student athlete, and you grow up, you're programmed to get to that level. So you go to college and be a nuclear engineer or a physicist or a rocket scientist, and then you want to
go to become a rocket scientist.
So then you're programmed to do that to make a living at it. Professional athletes are the same way.
So I know. I know we got about a minute left in it. Josh, I know that you could go to if you had a job opportunity. Like I know Josh loves the Philadelphia sports scene, but if Josh was afforded an opportunity to say to go to Seattle to talk on the radio, would you be as passionate about your sports talk right away, or would it take you a little while to get used to it?
100%.
I think he would. Yeah,
he's professional. He's a professional. He's into
also,
it.
I
couldn't. It's not
I
the content.
love sports.
Yeah. So you can talk about everything, and you do talk about everything.
Like I watch way more than just the Philly sports team.
See, and I'm
you're
a Philly fan, and that's
you're
why
fans. Yeah.
Yeah,
I figured like when I decided we're right.
But there's nothing wrong with that because you're aware and you're acknowledge who and what you are.
Right.
Yes.
I don't try to pretend I'm something I'm
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
Well, that's what makes it. That's what makes this thing work.
Billy,
All
I
right.
guarantee you, if you were not your true self, half people who listen to this show would not listen to you.
Yeah, agreed.
You know what else makes this work?
What's that?
The Great Bay Country Club.
Oh,
The
yeah.
second hour of the
There
Great
you
Bay
go.
Country Club is the second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country
It's
Club.
golf season.
It's golf season where it's not golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. There's a full calendar of golf and social events throughout the season to appeal to everyone. For more information on how to become a member, book a wedding, or any type of event, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Somers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. When you get down there, say hello to Radio Ron Ralston for us. He's my man. All right. My Winter Watchdog. Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service, My Winter Watchdog? You know those worrisome thoughts that creep into your mind every time you hear of a storm coming, and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road, or if you're stuck in Florida, you're away for the winter. Let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869. Or send Debbie an email, debbie@mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room on a Saturday morning with Billy Schweim and Brad Quast right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll recap the Sixers and the Nuggets. Will it be a sweep or will we have a Game 5? Phillies weekend against the Brouhahas, and it's draft week, everybody. We'll get you ready for the Eagles draft. Football at 4. That's all coming up Monday.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's sports leader.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is Camden County Commissioner John Young with some quick COVID vaccine facts. First, if you haven't received your booster shot, you're not fully protected. 99% of our positive cases are people who haven't been boosted. Second, we can't predict who will have a mild or severe illness. We must all get vaccinated to protect everyone around us. This is your shot. Make it count. And remember, if you're not boosted, you're not fully protected. Visit CamdenCounty.com/vaccine for more information.
Straight Talk Wireless now has the new iPhone 13 with cinematic mode, which lets you focus on what matters. And with Straight Talk, you can focus on getting the best deal. Our Silver Unlimited plan is just $45 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. And it runs on the largest, most dependable networks, now with nationwide 5G. With the iPhone 13 on Straight Talk, you can share whatever you want, wherever you want. Straight Talk Wireless. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
With GMF financing approved credit excludes Corvette. This just in. Right now, Bennett Chevrolet is paying a minimum $8,000 for any trade. That's at least $8,000 for any trade, running or not. Bennett is doing it again. Want $8,000 for that old rotted out rat trap? Just drive it, push it, tow it to Bennett Chevrolet for a minimum $8,000 towards any pre-owned vehicle in stock. Got a good trade? Well, if we're paying a minimum $8,000 for total junk, imagine how much more you'll get for a good quality trade. Looking for new? There's no beating Bennett, because unlike other dealers, we're not selling over factory sticker. And there's 0% available financing. Plus, if you're stuck in a lease, bring it to Bennett. We can get you out early. Any make, any model. And remember, Bennett will buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Stop in for a quick quote. No pressure or obligation, because our non-commissioned sales staff is paid based on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. Find new roads at Bennett Chevrolet, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Bottom of the hour, we hope to talk to Phil Martelli and get his take on the surprising retirement of Coach Jay Wright.
Jay Wright.
And he, by the way, so after when the tournament ended, I mean, everybody was saying how, he got this team to the Final Four. I don't think people really expected this team to go to the Final Four, especially after the start Villanova had. But it was one of his even Ryan Fannin said it. This year was one of his best coaching efforts, and you didn't see it coming. I mean,
no,
he was we heard the replay of the Best of the Sports Bash this morning, and he had Mike Gill had Ryan Fannin on the radio voice of the Villanova Wildcats, and he said it was a complete surprise.
Yeah, it was a surprise, and I hope he's doing it for reasons that he just burned out or is not in his heart anymore. It's not a.
So you know what a telltale sign was for me. And looking back now in retrospect, remember he used to wear the finest suits on the. And remember this year he came out with his
he went
casual with his sweatpants.
Yeah, casual.
The sweatsuit. Maybe that was a sign. An indication.
You think that was a sign?
Because he's such a selfless guy. He doesn't need he didn't have to go on a make an announcement, go on a tour saying, the final year.
Yeah, I mean, he's humble when it comes to that stuff. So yeah,
and by all accounts, I haven't.
So he went from the Armani suits to the Nike sweats. That was a sell sign.
Right?
Billy said he's retiring from Armani to Nike sweats. Okay, all right, I'll have to look at that.
When you retire, you wear you don't wear the tie anymore, right?
You wear sweats and polos and okay.
All right, Q. you're going out to the draft. And I
Yes.
do want to touch a little Eagles because you and I went to the Maxwell Club here in Atlantic City at Harris. Okay, and we had an opportunity to talk with and stand next to and observe Jordan Davis, defensive tackle. Now,
Stand next
there
to him.
are some accounts that the Eagles are going to move up to 13 and get him. I want him. I mean, they have a here's another question posed to you as with your background.
Yep.
If you were GM, what's more important, drafting for need or best player available?
Well,
because Jordan Davis fits both categories for me.
Yeah, it depends the personnel in terms of the philosophy. Sometimes, and it depends how high you are in the draft.
Yeah, but Q, he's a defensive tackle, which we need.
Which you need.
And we need, and he's the best. He's the best one in the draft.
I don't think he lasts. I think he's going in top 10. So unless they move.
Yeah, but they got. I've seen some mock drafts, and Josh will back me up with this, where he falls to 20, 22.
But here's the problem.
I don't
with
think
mock
he
drafts.
falls. I don't think he falls.
Here's the problem with mock drafts, though. This is the thing that I've been complaining about for a few weeks now. Did you notice this year that a lot of the people doing mock drafts are not telling us whether the drafts are their perspective or the information they're gathering? All of a sudden,
I would imagine it's a little bit of both.
Well,
Josh.
no, you got to tell the audience because if I'm saying what I think the Eagles should do, it's different than what my sources are telling me.
The sources will never tell because you can't show your cards because there's the point system in the draft and people are jockeying around trying to move up.
But especially the draft, you don't want to, like you just said, you don't want to show your cards. So all these speculators, they don't know. They're not getting any inside information.
No, they can't.
Matter of fact, if anything, they're getting sent on a wild goose chase the other way.
Exactly, and that's what happens. What the GMs do, it's we don't. So the draft experts they draft the overall best draft to 1 through 60.
Their perspective.
Just on talent. Then they do a draft per need of each team.
Right.
Okay. Then you have the best 1 through 5 in each position, and they try to kind of mend all three of those together. And then,
but then you got to be able to move on when things happen in front of you that you don't anticipate.
Like this guy's
like I will give it like Howie Roseman last year. I will give him cred because he remember they trade back and then they traded up, right? As long to get Devontae Smith, right?
They traded back, got an extra draft pick, and then traded back
up. Because they knew that the Cowboys wanted Micah Parsons.
Yep.
And they knew that they wanted the receiver. They just didn't want the Giants getting it.
Correct.
Yeah, in the division.
So that was a pretty savvy move.
That was a pretty good move.
But overall, I would say put your GM hat on again, Brad. So you draft for need. What do you draft for first? Need or best player available at the draft at that, or just best player at the time?
So modern day, you have to build a team for championships through the draft.
Right.
Your first round draft choices are 5-year contract.
You have to hit on them.
You got to hit on them. You have a 5-year contract. So your first rounder, second round, third rounder are going to be the core. So you can't miss on the first 2 rounds. That being said, they're not ready to win now over the next 2 years.
Right.
So you got to go need people that are going to fill spots.
But this guy, would you agree with me that Jordan Davis fits both of those categories?
Absolutely.
Need and best player?
Absolutely. If they stay where they're at right now and he drops, yes, absolutely.
Brad, quick question. So I've heard certain people who, former players, guys like Barrett Brooks and others like that, their concern with Davis is that they don't know if he's a 3-down D lineman because he played only typically 2 downs at Georgia. Do you have that concern with him coming to this level?
No, because he's going to be obviously stop the run. He's going to play either the 0 technique, 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. He won't slide out past the between the guard tackle. He's inside that. He's going to take on 2 blocks constantly. He's going to make your linebacker a better player.
He's going to free up the linebacker.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Which our linebacker currently isn't.
But can he do that 3 downs in the pros?
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to take on personnel, on 10 personnel, 11 personnel. He's going to take 2 blockers when it's 3rd and long. They're going to double team him, which therefore you can do other stunts off the end. So he will take up that guy. So he can play all 3 downs and stop the run and rush the pass.
Now, there's also another guy, Trevon Walker from Georgia, the defense.
Yeah, but he's probably going top 5 now.
So he's going to go. Yeah, they look like he's going to move. His stock's going up. Let's say.
So for those who don't know, right now
we saw him too. I think we saw him.
Yeah, he was there too.
There's 3 DNs who everyone is like juicing over. It's Aiden Hutchinson, Michigan. It's Walker from Georgia, and it's Kevon Thibodeau of Oregon. And all three of those guys are going to go probably top 5.
Yeah, I love the kid from Oregon. His upside is
Yeah, but he's going, like Josh said, he's going.
Yeah, but I mean, his upside. I don't know why he was at one time. He was
I'm
number
gonna
one.
be. I don't. If the Eagles go after a wide receiver at 1 at their first pick, I'm going to be pissed because we don't need an. I mean, we obviously you need weapons, but this team needs.
They need to stop. They need to stop the run.
Right? They couldn't stop anybody last year.
They couldn't stop anybody.
Look at the playoff game against Tampa
Bill,
Bay.
If you walk out of the first round with both a D lineman and a wide receiver,
you're doing good.
All right.
Yeah, you're doing good then.
Because if they have both picks and they walk out with receiver and something else, don't you feel a little better though? I'm not saying I'm okay with them taking a receiver per se. I'm just asking the question.
Here's what I want. On their first 4 picks, I want a D tackle, I want a safety, I want a receiver, and I want a lineman. A lineman that's going to play for you for 12 years.
Something about Howie Roseman, man.
I don't like
he's hold on. Here's with Howie. Howie drafts a lot of offensive and D linemen. His history is he picks those guys
in later rounds, though, right?
No, in the earlier rounds too. Remember, Andre Dillard, Lane Johnson. These are trench dudes.
I like a safety in there too.
Dillard's a bust.
What's that?
Dillard's a bust.
Nah, that's too early to say. The guy was injured one year and he got usurped he got Wally pipped by
unless they covet someone so bad, that they really, they're the ultimate need, and not to trade up for it. Then I want to fill 3 spots with 3 starters. In the first 2 rounds.
Right.
That's what I wanted. That's
and that'll solidify your defense for 5 years at least.
Exactly.
And you have the opportunity to do that if you keep all the picks. The question is, do they keep all the picks?
You gotta grow your team through drafts. Keep them because
it matter. You listen too. We got Brian Dawkins in the 3rd round. Second or third round.
Yeah.
He's not a first round pick.
He was not a first round pick. So you can still get a
maybe
steal.
Second.
But that's where you have to do your homework and see what the
listen, there's a guy in the 2nd round that I think the Eagles could get at safety. The kid Briskert from Penn State.
Yes.
There's a lot of speculation the Eagles really like him. So you can get your safety like him in the 2nd round. The question is, do you pass up Daxam Hill, for example, in the 1st?
All right.
That's the thing.
All right. The second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country. And that's the thing about the draft, man. And the NFL's got it. They get the market corner. I mean, this is a 360 sport.
Yeah.
365 days a year.
I think the ratings for the pre-draft with the ESPN and the NFL Network are higher than baseball and hockey. You think they get it right?
Right?
Yeah, right?
All right. The second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. For more information on how to become a member, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. When you get down there, say hello to Radio Ron Ralston for us. Ryan Owens down there. Kevin Kelly, they do a great job.
Great job.
Family atmosphere. All right. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli mid-size sedan or the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati, the main line, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the main line, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at RDS Auto Group at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. When we return, we'll talk with Coach Phil Martelli. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Major League Baseball, this weekend on ESPN Radio.
A no-doubter for Bryce Harper. Look out.
The Philadelphia Phillies return home from their first road trip of the season to go head-to-head with Christian Yelich and the Milwaukee Brewers.
Deep to center. Tied up. He's done it again. He is Superman.
The Phillies and Brewers. Listen to Major League Baseball today on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Sixers playoff basketball.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee. Those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again and again. Call and again and again.
Hi, I'm Aaron Beta, inviting you to visit my Golf and Sport Performance Club in Summers Point. No matter what the sport, we'll design a program to help you feel and play your best. Our Golf Performance Zone features 2 state-of-the-art golf simulators featuring TrackMan and Foresight technology. Enjoy massage therapy, assisted stretching, and sport-specific training.
That's Aaron Beta's Golf and Sports Performance Club. Call 609-788-4661 or visit gsfitness.com for your free assessment.
Hi, this is Mike Herron. You've heard me talk about my experiences playing football at the Naval Academy on the locker room with Billy Schwein. I'm here to tell you about a company with the same high level of integrity and dedication that it takes to be successful on the football field. Best Property Maintenance. When you need cleaning and janitorial services you can trust, call Best Property Maintenance. They'll take care of your property from top to bottom, commercial and residential, fully licensed and insured. Call Best today. When you want it done right and on time, call Best. They'll do the rest. Call today 609-926-2378 or go online at bestpropertynj.com.
Find more jobs on thenewmonster.com. Jobs for night owls, early risers. Jobs for people who do their best thinking in the morning, or the evening, or the shower, or with TV cameras pointed in their face. Jobs for people who like the way they look in scrubs, or in cowboy hats, or tool belts. Even jobs for people who think they have a voice for radio. With more advice and jobs for career switchers, new grads, and digital nomads, Monster has all you need to find the right fit. Go to thenewmonster.com or download our app today.
A new fusion of flavor, friendly competition, and fiery foods. That's the Chili Knockout and Spicy Food Fest, Saturday, May 21st. Orange Loop Arena, New York Avenue in Atlantic City. It's an opportunity for culinary discovery. Chili Knockout is a food festival devoted to exploring all things flavorful and spicy. It's an interactive, you be the judge, chili cook-off, and a day out with friends and family, supporting this seaside community culinary scene. It's a kickoff to spring like no other. Tickets are available now at chilliknockout.com. Produced by Good Time Tricycle.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, 97.3 ESPN, and we've talked a lot today about the surprise retirement of Coach Jay Wright, who's an icon in Philadelphia. And actually, the best coach in the city. I mean, right?
Yeah, we got another icon coming on.
We got an icon coming on because he took his expertise to Michigan. He left the hill.
Go blue.
Yeah, right.
Go blue. Go blue.
Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in a colleague and a personal friend of Coach Jay Wright. He coaches now at the University of Michigan, Phil Martelli. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. How are you doing? And you know what I found out in 3 years is that go blue is like saying yo in Philadelphia.
Yeah, right. Coach, I'm a Hawkeye, so I don't like to hear that. I don't like to hear that. Don, 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 don. I don't. That's not a good sign when you hear that.
It is a great. It is a great song. I will.
It is.
Coach, the Philadelphia sports scene, and I would imagine all around the country, is probably so surprised and shocked of the retirement of Jay Wright. I mean, nobody saw this coming.
No, it was. I was happened to be in Philadelphia, dealing with some family business, and my phone. Somebody hit me on the phone, and I was like, "Nah, that can't. Somebody's wrong. Like, there's no." And then the next reaction, and this was across the country, was, and the people that called me, is it a health? That was a health scare.
Yep.
Whether it was for Jay or for a family member, and that's not the case. So that was good news. And then you just step back and say, it's extraordinary. It's extraordinarily stunning. But if you've read everything and you watched everything, he did it. He did it for family reasons and positive family reasons. So kudos to him. I wonder, I wonder what he's going to do Monday morning. The weekend is different, and this is a recruiting weekend for college basketball. But
which leads me to my first. We have a couple of things I want to ask you personally about, because you are a coach. You know Jay personally. You're a colleague. You played against him. But the first thing I want to ask you, Coach, is tell our listeners how much time do you guys spend recruiting? I mean, it's obviously the season's one thing, but it's a year-round thing. You have to. You're on the road. You're talking to families. That takes a lot out of a coach, I guess.
No, it takes a lot out of you, but in the position that Jay had, in the position that I had at St. Joe's, you have to coach your current team. You always have to be recruiting your future teams. And the third thing that you have to do, and he did this extraordinarily well, as good as anybody in the country, you have to represent your school, whether that's community involvement, whether that's stopping at events or whatever the school would assign, because that is really a third of the job. It's not a third of the time.
Right.
But with regard to recruiting, if you're not recruiting every day, whether it's phone, text, answering email, looking at clips, then you're really falling behind. And that's one of the things that has changed. One of the things that has changed is the transfer portal. May used to be the best month. May was absolutely positively the best month. School had been winding down. Most schools were over. There weren't a lot of people on campus. You didn't have individual workouts. You didn't have recruiting because the NCAA had made that a quiet or a dead period. So it was terrific. But with today, with the transfer portal and really kids looking to visit campuses all year round, it's more trying. It's more physically trying, mentally trying.
We're talking with former St. Joe's basketball coach and now with the University of Michigan, Coach Phil Martelli. Coach, you guys Michigan played Villanova in the Sweet 16. You guys lost. When you gave Jay a handshake at the end of the game, what did you say to him? What did he say to you? Any indication?
No,
none whatsoever.
No, there was no indication, and even beyond that, when they made the Final Four, we would exchange a text. When that young guy Justin Moore got injured, we exchanged text. And I just I had no personal indication that obviously this has been on his mind for a couple of years. And then when people say, some of this, you got to be tongue in cheek this week. You'd say like, you know what, if we had stayed with Suits, because he looks so.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah.
That's what I said earlier today.
He goes, I knew he was retiring because he went from Suits to Armani to Nike sweats.
Yeah. And that was really a couple things that we exchanged. I obviously wished him well, and professionally, I wished it was us moving forward, but personally, that was my friend moving forward, and I wished him well, and didn't have any interaction with him at the Final Four, but there was really nothing that would indicate that to me. I would say this though, and I don't know that it's been talked about, but what he went through with regard to going to the Olympics, and then as soon as he gets back from the Olympics, he jumps in with his preseason work. That's more than a year's worth of work, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like when you're involved with USA Basketball, you end up having zero downtime. So could that have triggered, more of this idea of being tired, and there's other things, and I can do other things, and I will do other things.
We're talking with Coach Phil Martelli here on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. Also, Coach Jay Wright indicated that he wasn't 100% in. And we were talking earlier in the program today, in the beginning of the program, like, you're a human being, so there are days that you don't feel like coaching, and there's days that you don't feel like doing. Like, you're not 100% in, but that doesn't mean you have to retire, I don't think. I mean,
coaching's a different breed, though.
Yeah.
Bill. You got like Coach said, there's recruiting and there's obligations to the university and then coaching your team, and it's a lot. It's a really full-time job.
And the one thing that came to my mind was this. There are only a handful, and a small handful, not a big handful, but there's a handful of jobs in America where there was a perfect synchronization with an athletic director, a president, a school messaging, and a coach. Jay Wright had one of those jobs. And if any of those things were out of whack, where he didn't feel totally into, I don't want to get in the car and I don't want to go to Wall Street and visit with the Villanova alums, or if coaching, I'm watch 2 tapes instead of 1 tape, then everybody would walk away from that. People that are worth their salt, and are really in this for the right reasons, not for, man, that's a heck of a paycheck that I get twice a month, or something like that. So I think that, again, the beauty of Jay Wright came out in that statement, because if he couldn't be performing to his best in all facets of coaching, then he wasn't going to. He had no desire to kind of fake his way through.
Now, Coach Martelli, you and Jay and all the coaches of the Big Five, you do your Coaches for Cancer, and he donated a lot of his time and effort into that organization and great cause. I don't know if he will be continuing that, because that's such a great thing that you guys do. But you work closely with him throughout the year with that too, right?
Oh, absolutely. The Coaches versus Cancer in Philadelphia is the number one fundraisers in the whole country, and certainly Jay, he's charismatic. I mean, he just has a way of getting in a room and making sure that everybody in that room feels touched. And with all of the efforts in Philadelphia, we never want to lose sight of this. The heroes are not the coaches. The heroes are the people that write the checks. The heroes are the people that come to those events. The heroes are the families that are dealing with that awful, awful disease. And they do it with class and courage. And the coaches get more than they give in the Coaches versus Cancer fight in Philadelphia. And one day, and Jay has heard me say this, and all of the coaches have heard me say it, one day we're going to crush cancer.
I hope you're right, Coach.
I hope you're right.
And this, this obviously the story of Jay's retirement is big, but it will pale in comparison, as will any championship parade in Philadelphia will pale in comparison to the day that everybody can celebrate crushing cancer.
I agree
Well
with that.
said. Well
Coach,
said.
you 2004, the AP Coach of the Year, also the Naismith Coach of the Year in 2004. Philadelphia, you're an icon in the city. Everybody loves Phil Martelli. How difficult of a transition was it for you to leave the city and go to Michigan?
It's been challenging, and I'll say this: like, the basketball is extraordinary. The basketball in the Big Ten, the coaching in the Big Ten is just extraordinary, and it gets your juices really flowing in that area. The way they treat me, it's gold. Now I'm working. Like, I'm not out there as a figurehead. I'm not out there as a mascot. I want to recruit.
The wings aren't always going.
Yeah, the hawk never dies.
Right. I want to recruit. I want scouting assignments. I want on the floor responsibilities. Michigan, you won for nothing. you know, if I said to somebody, hey, you know what, my phone's a little acting up a little bit, then there's somebody to take care of that. If I want to catch a flight to, you know, if I want to catch a flight to Kansas City, somebody takes care of that.
Yep.
And all of that is great. The practice is great. Juwan Howard is a wonderful, wonderful man and has become a very, very close friend of mine. But when that ends and I go back to my rented condo in Ann Arbor, I'm still not home.
Right.
And Philadelphia is and always will be my home. I tell people this all the time. I get the Philadelphia Daily News and the Philadelphia Inquirer delivered.
You're the only.
So do I, Coach, and I
get
ripped for that.
Everyone else is electronically. Billy's still reading the paper.
No. I read the paper.
Okay.
I have it in my hand, and I'll tell you how crazy it is. I'm a couple months behind reading. So this morning, I was reading a paper from February something or other, and don't tell me how this ends, but they were talking about Ben Simmons getting paid. I don't pay attention.
Okay, good.
I just take all my news from the newspaper.
We struck his name from the city. We don't speak. We're not allowed to speak it anymore.
I'll tell you, since you brought it up, Coach. I mean, you know how passionate Philly fans are. They want to love their players. They want the players to love them back, and to have this end the way it did was it was hard. It was disturbing. Well,
you know, like people outside the city obviously always, well, you guys did this and you guys did that and all this other stuff. But here's what you don't understand. Here's really what you don't understand. All the Philadelphia fans want is they want you to scrape your knee.
Yeah.
They want you to bang up your elbow. They want you to show a little bit of blood and a little bit of like, you know what? Didn't go our way today. But you know what? The true Philadelphian picks himself up, dusts himself off, and gets back after it. And that's what they want. So when people say they ran him out of the city, well, you didn't embrace the city then.
Yep.
And if you don't embrace this city,
they don't like you.
Then there's no reason for people to root for you if you don't embrace the city. But don't get caught up in the stereo. Oh, they did this, and come on, look at the kid, the Bohm kid.
Alex
right?
Bohm, yeah.
Okay, he got caught.
Yeah.
And at least he said it. Yes, I said that. Okay.
And he apologized.
Yeah.
But yeah, and now all of a sudden, like the next night out, he gets a
Yeah, right. They love that.
Bless. If he doesn't hit the ball to right field last night, they lose again.
Yeah.
So I think it's really is. I think the passion, all they want back is they want that same passion. They want to know that you care. Come on. The Eagles have sold out for years and years and years and years and years. And they were below 500 for a long stretch.
The 70s. Going through that 70s. Yep. That was a tough period to go through. Well, Coach, we want to cut into your reading time today, but we really appreciate you coming into the locker room and talking a little bit about the city and Coach Wright and the end of a winning. I just hope that Villanova can stay on track because it's fun, you know, going deep in the NCAA tournament's a lot of fun, no matter if it's St. Joe's or whoever.
Yeah. It's you know, he is a special guy, and again, the message that I left him, I'll share with you, and said, "This is the path that you've chosen," and it's the same with Fran Dunphy going back to LaSalle. This is the path that you've chosen. I got your back. You know, like a friend doesn't leave a friend here.
Yep.
All right, Coach.
All right, Coach. Thanks. Take it easy on my Hawkeyes, please.
Yeah.
All right.
Coach Phil Martelli on the Maserati, the main line sports hotline. Thanks for calling in, and we'll see you down here at the Jersey Shore this summer.
There we go.
Take care, Coach.
In Avalon, if you're looking for me.
All right. High rent district.
All right. There's Coach Martelli on the Maserati, the main line sports hotline. It's just surprising.
Yeah.
He was an icon. Like Phil Martelli's an icon. Jay Wright's an icon.
Yeah,
when you lose guys like that, it's tough.
And they do
I know Coach is still coaching, but he's in Michigan.
But they do such a good job recruiting the Big Five. I mean, to recruit at St. Joe's and Villanova, LaSalle, it's a special place, and that's why Jay was so. It's amazing what he did at Villanova. Amazing.
Unbelievable. All right, the second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course or enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. For more information on how to become a member, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick and ex-Baltimore or Philadelphia Star.
Yeah, USFL.
Right? USFL. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. And of course, Brad, Ken Dunnick is a great guy. We're going to have him on the program tomorrow.
Good.
But, he also knows Jay Wright personally as well. Jay Wright used to work for the Philadelphia Stars.
Really?
Yeah. So we're going to have Ken Dunnick on the program tomorrow. Look forward to that. But Ken's a great guy.
Ken's a great guy.
All right. When we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers playoff basketball later today on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McInnes, calling all the play-by-play action.
Maxey the other way. He jams it. He blows by Siakam. A burst that only Maxey has. And he stuffs it.
It's Sixers Raptors Game 4. Coverage begins at 2 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Straight Talk Wireless now has the new iPhone 13 with cinematic mode, which lets you focus on what matters. And with Straight Talk, you can focus on getting the best deal. Our Silver Unlimited plan is just $45 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. And it runs on the largest, most dependable networks, now with nationwide 5G. With the iPhone 13 on Straight Talk, you can share whatever you want, wherever you want. Straight Talk Wireless. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Where are those receipts?
Tax day is nearly here,
those.
and Chanel is stressing.
Why do I always wait to the last minute?
Her small business needs a bookkeeper to crunch some big numbers.
All these spreadsheets make my head spin. None of this adds up.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you tired of bar hopping aimlessly to find the perfect beer? Good news! Your hopping days are over. Head over to Slack Tide Brewery in Cape May Courthouse. We've created a diverse and high-quality line of beers made with locally sourced, all-natural ingredients. From our Angry Osprey IPA to our Strawberry Mango Haywire Twist, our selection of brews will be just what you're looking for. Plus, our tap room is always a good time where you'll feel right at home. Slack Tide Brewery in Cape May Courthouse reminds you to always drink responsibly.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. A few minutes left. Hey, man, let's get pumped up for the Sixers, man.
Go Sixers.
So, Sharapan said, and Josh, I believe you're in the same camp, that you think that the Raptors win Game 4?
Well, no, Sharapan is 100%.
Yeah,
I'm conflicted.
It's
roll them today.
The smart money's on.
I don't care about the smart
I know,
money.
and the TV and another, just
You guys
too many
don't-
variables.
You don't think they ripped the dagger at, like, put a dagger in their back?
I
Joel
think they
Embiid
want
hit that
to.
shot in overtime.
They want.
There's too many other variables outside interests.
I think that it's a 50-50 shot.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
I think they're
because I think there's a part of it what Brad said, which is, the circumstance and the environment and all the stuff, right?
He thinks it's because of money they want to go.
Well, listen, you don't think
the
the Sixers brass wants him to come? Josh Harris, you get another home
I think
playoff game.
I think the
ticket
players
sales.
want to win the game so they can rest.
But the players do. But Raz is talking about the players.
Well, the players are the ones putting the ball in the net.
Yeah, they want to come back in home and win it.
You can't do that. You can't think that way.
I don't know. Call me
You
crazy.
really-
Listen,
look, you've been in that professional locker room.
I'm going to
man.
text you when they lose, and I'll
So
text
he
you.
thinks, Josh, he thinks he's on it because he said, made that prediction that they can turn it on, turn it off.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it'll be a great conversation at 4:30 when you two are
Yes.
texting each other. You guys
Are you
can.
kidding me? He disappears when after.
You guys can screenshot me and send me
I'm
the
going up to
conversation.
see my son's scrimmage before I got to drive to Sand Island.
Great show today.
Yeah,
man.
great show as
a lot
always.
of fun as always. on
Josh
Saturdays.
pushing the buttons, does a great
Tomorrow,
job.
I got the PT in the house.
Okay.
Mike Carlin's going to
Mike-
be in. But despite the fact that the loss of his father, he's going
Yeah.
to try to honor him by coming in
Great.
and doing the show. We really appreciate the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan, today.
And I will call you. Me and him will call you when I'm in Vegas
Okay,
together.
you're going to go to Vegas. Thanks to Coach Phil Martelli, lend his thoughts on the Jay Wright thing. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Sixers basketball at 2 o'clock right here. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Let's go Sixers.
Go Sixers.
When you support your local small businesses, it helps keep your neighbors employed, helps kids save for college, and strengthens your community.